Dissociative identity disorder is a complex disorder that lacks consensus on many issues throughout the psychological community. It has many different theories surrounding its causes, treatments, and symptoms, but researchers and psychologists have been unable to make much progress in this area. It is precisely that fact which makes it such a challenging disorder to study. And in this documentary, you will see the doctor try and work with different personalities into a single, cohesive unit. But that presents a difficult challenge, as it is important to ensure the alters do not feel threatened at any point.
Max, go do your chores. All you ever want to do is play video games.
Leave me alone.
342. Hi.
Oh boy, get the ball out of your hands more quickly. What are you doing? You think you're gonna get into college playing like that? I saw that play action. Timmy, I swear, what are you doing? It's too loud in here. Can't do it.
Go. Score. Yeah, team.
So, Mr. Wiggles and Hillary Clinton, I understand that you two have been arguing a lot lately. Hillary, why do you think that is? Okay, so it seems like you feel that Mr. Wiggles does not share emotions with you like you would. And Mr. Wiggles, it seems like you don't want to show emotions because you've already decided that you two won't work.
As a young child, Max Littlefield looked up to the quarterback of the high school in his town. At the age of 6, Max tried to get an autograph from the quarterback in the middle of a huddle. The high school senior slipped on the muddy field and landed on Max. Max laid in the mud until the end of the play. This is a traumatic event that caused Max to have his alters. The interaction between the psychiatrist and Max will help you find why he has his particular alters and hopefully cure Max.
Tell me what's on your mind.
Thinking about how my life is going to change when I go away to school.
In what ways?
I'll be on my own.
Does that intimidate you?
Of course it does.
What about college life? Is it that intimidates you?
I'll be alone.
Well, are you alone now?
Where's Timmy?
And who may that be? My name is Spencer.
Oh, he's my boyfriend and he's awesome. And yesterday, he got me a dozen roses.
Well, Timmy sounds like a fine individual. How did you meet him?
Well, one day I was cheerleading and I saw this quarterback and he was awesome at quarterbacking. So I figured I was going to make him be my boyfriend.
And how did you two begin dating?
He kept trying to push me away, but I was persistent. So I definitely initiated all this.
And so, could you describe your first encounter with him again?
It was after practice one day, and he was looking all gorgeous and sweaty, and there was a party going on that weekend, and I asked him if he was going to that party, and I kept hinting to him that we were going to go together, and he is a smart boy, so he figured it out right quick.
And what about Timmy is it that interests you so much?
Well, he just had such big muscles, and oh my, I couldn't help myself. His smile was as sweet as summertime sweet tea.
Did the fact that you played football matter much to you?
Why do you want to know so much about Timmy?
Who am I speaking to?
Who am I speaking to?
Why, I'm your psychiatrist, Dr. Schneier.
Why am I here?
I should be on the gridiron.
You are here for us to get to know each other. Tell me about yourself.
I'm Maxon Larios, star quarterback of Westlake High School, first in the state and committed to Alabama, the finest left-handed quarterback in the state of Texas, and probably the United States.
You seem to greatly value your football playing ability.
When you're great at something, there's no reason not to brag. I have been given a gift that has made me the best quarterback in Texas, and the best state in the country.
What is it that makes you love football so much?
It's the greatest game there is. To get to play this game each day for the people of this town is the highest honor one can have. I get to be a role model for children, and a leader of my team.
And you don't feel that there's a certain pressure to being a role model?
No. To give children a positive example to look up to is just something I have been blessed with, that not just anyone can handle. Being a role model is the greatest blessing of all, because I can inspire others towards their dreams.
So you must be pretty proud of yourself, then.
Well, of course I am. After all, I did end up at the University of Alabama. I picked them over Oregon, South Carolina, Texas, and USC.
What was so appealing about the University of Alabama to you?
Well, it is a great program with excellent coaches. What are you trying to say there, guy? Trying to say it wasn't good as the other teams?
So, Maxwell, why don't you tell me a little about your life?
The other day, these boys tried talking to me about the NFL, and I said, boy, don't you know all them pretty boys only care about the money?
And how'd that make you feel?
Well, I got pissed off, I did.
And why do you feel that way?
All I'm saying is that these boys don't know nothing about the game. It's about being a man and being bigger than the other team.
And why do you feel it's important to be bigger than the other team?
Well, because when two football players hit each other, the bigger one has to give the wimpy one a worse concussion.
And why do you feel that concussions are important to football?
Of course they are. If you want to be successful, you got to win the concussion battle.
My understanding is that winning a football game has more to do with skills such as blocking and passing and even running.
No. You think with your fancy medical degree you can just go around telling me how to play the game?
Well, I didn't mean to offend you.
Well, I'm real offended, okay?
Max, can you please come sit down?
No. I have patients that need me.
Your patients can wait, but right now you have to finish your conversation.
What? They need me.
And they'll be able to wait, but we need to sit down so we can continue our conversation.
Fine.
Thank you. So, how are you?
Well, I'm in a hurry. I have an appointment with a very important client soon.
Is that so? What type of doctor are you?
I'm a doctor who speaks to people and tries to figure out what's wrong with them.
A psychiatrist.
No, a doctor. I don't have time for you. Mr. Wiggles has an appointment.
Tell Mr. Wiggles he can wait.
Hey, Mr. Wiggles. Mr. Wiggles, you got it much worse. That means more therapy.
You need to put Mr. Wiggles away. You cannot be a psychiatrist during our appointment.
No, I said I'm a doctor.
To cure Max, I'm going to have to be able to find a way to connect the personalities I just witnessed. I have to find the source of the issue here, but it's going to be tough due to the unpredictability of the symptoms. It is rather interesting, though, that the patient seems to be nearly obsessed with football. His mother told me that when he was a young child, he used to idolize his local town quarterback until he was injured in an incident involving said quarterback. If I continue to have these psychoanalytic sessions, I believe that I could potentially make some progress in uncovering that event while also bringing his many alters together to cure his disorder.
Due to the lack of consensus among the psychological community on treatment, psychoanalysis is far from the only treatment. Other forms he may have tried could have been cognitive behavior therapy, medications, or hypnotherapy.
Good morning, Maxine. How are you doing today?
I had the nicest day with Timmy last night, so I'm doing quite fine, thank you for asking.
Yes, Timmy, your boyfriend. So when you talk about him, a lot of the time the conversation comes back to his football playing exploits. Maybe you could discuss a little bit as to why you seem to value that so much as compared to the average person.
Well, I'm not sure. I've always been drawn to the sport of football since I was young. I've wanted to be around it and be a part of it, and to have a boyfriend be the quarterback is one of the best ways to stay around the sport.
As you can see, the doctor's ability to get the patient to note the importance of football to them signifies a positive, if minor, step in the road to trying to cure the patient. In case such as this, where the range of outcomes are relatively narrow and not particularly positive, this represents a large step forward.
But what is it exactly that draws you to football? Why no other sports?
I really wish you would stop.
Yeah, you need to leave me alone. Why do you feel the need to go after the love of football?
I apologize if it seemed that way. I was merely taking interest in what you are about.
So doctor, explain what you're trying to do with the patient.
Well, the goal is to try to naturally phase the personalities together so that they can act as one.
Why are you taking this approach?
Well, with a disorder such as dissociative identity disorder, there is not a wide range of objective treatments that you could administer. So I felt it would be best to proceed with a personalized treatment that I can adapt to different situations as needed. With the low probabilities I'm working with here, I felt that the situation could use some traditional psychoanalysis.
Dr. Schneier is still working with the patients to this day, who are making slow yet steady progress towards a more normal life.